getting honored tonight. This is the last weekend they will be playing at home. And so far they've introduced number 15, Kristen Gorsline, and we will see here who's next to come up. This is a special night for these ladies. This is the last 2 games that they will be playing. And here comes Jana Plummer, accompanied by her mother and father.
These seniors will have one more chance to prove themselves tomorrow afternoon in competition, but definitely an emotional moment, Christy, for these 4 seniors who spent 4 long years here, maybe even more, training hard, giving everything they have to IPFW, and now a little recognition for all the hard work they have done.
Right, they're receiving a plaque tonight thanking them for everything they've done for IPFW, and a pretty bunch of flowers. And yeah, it's a hard time. This is it. This has been a group that they've used their whole college career to build around, and it's tough when that's gone. It'll be a definite loss for them, but we're happy that they were here to play. And Denise Scheiman is the 3rd senior that they're introducing here, and she's also going to be accompanied by her mother and father.
Denise from nearby Monroeville, one of the few native players for IPFW. There's her mother and father, great supporters of Denise, her 4 years here. And Denise not getting to start all the time, but definitely giving IPFW a boost when they need it, not only emotionally, but also physically with her play.
She is 11th in kills, 10th in block solos, 5th in block assists, and this year ranks among the 1991 GL.
We're seeing a lot of the players, the rest of the players are also thanking them for a great season as they've had so far, and it's not over yet. And number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt, is the last senior here tonight. 4 seniors on this squad. Wendy's parents are on the way here from the airport. They're not here yet, but I'm sure she has a lot of support from the IPFW fans.
Have a nice crowd tonight, showing their appreciation for the seniors. I'm sure the seniors themselves appreciate that.
Well, it's been a long time since we've been with you. October 3rd was the last home volleyball game for IPFW, and they've been on the road, and they've had to play a lot on the road this year. They played 76% of their games on the road, yet they're standing with a really good record right now. They're 19-10 overall, 6-1 in GLVC action. And we're going to take a quick break here as the national anthem is being played. For another night of GLVC volleyball action. This should be a really interesting match. Both of these teams are 6-1 in the Grand Lake Valley Conference, and it should be interesting to see what they do. They're one of the 4, each are one of the 4 teams that are tied for the league right now, and both are probably obviously wanting to win this ball game tonight.
Definitely both teams, even though tied, kind of chasing Ashland's, the so-called powerhouse in the league. I think whoever wins this game tonight will definitely have advantage over Ashland. And here I think we're going to see the league standings as we see Bellarmine, IPFW, Ashland, and Southern Indiana all tied 6-1. But there we see Ashland with a really good record, as well as IPFW. So I think those two, hopefully IPFW show us tonight a tough team, and I think IPFW and Ashland will be the 2 teams to watch in the conference.
Right, but all teams have been playing well there. IPFW is 21-6 overall, though, and Ashland 19-10. That does show a strong showing outside of the Grand Lake Valley Conference, whereas Southern Indiana is 12-13 and Bellarmine's 11-7. That's a little more even competition outside, but they're playing well inside, and that's the game we have right now.
Definitely. To go to the regional finals, usually the NCAA committee, Division II, only takes 1 or 2 teams from this division, so it's very important to finish not only first in the conference, but very high in the area, because there are a lot of area teams that are really good.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens to IPFW this year. They won the Grand Lake Valley Conference last year without any losses and were not accepted. And I think that's why they've changed a lot of their outside play. They've been playing tougher teams, so the record may fluctuate a little bit, may show a little bit few more losses, but they've been out there. They've played the tougher teams that are around to say, hey, we're here and we're capable of staying with those teams. And I think with that kind of play, maybe they'll take a better look at them if they win the league this year.
I think it'll definitely help them down the road, Christy, playing the tougher schedule than some of the other teams, and I think the committee will look at that and see that maybe IPFW is a better team to take to the regionals.
We have a brief warm-up here, as you see out on the floor, because of the senior recognition. They got to give the girls time to warm back up. Normally they start the game right after starting lineups, but tonight we're going to give them a quick minute to warm back up here. There you got someone younger in the audience.
Come in and enjoy a little bit of volleyball action. Not too sure there. Maybe we'll get a smile out of him. I don't know. There we go.
He's not too sure, that camera pointing at him.
Tonight, officiating, we have Dan Brandt will be the down official, and Phil Bodine, former men's player here at IPFW, will be the up official.
We have some of the Volleyball here are among the GLVC statistical leaders, and 2 of those are junior Bonnie Cannell. She leads the league with a .582 hitting percentage, while sophomore Jill Lyon tops the conference assist chart with 12.35 per game average, and both of those are nice averages, and obviously that's showing in the league play. We also have senior Wendy Vanderbilt ranks among the GLVC leaders in kills and block assists. Also, Bonnie Cannell also ranks 3rd in the GLVC with in her block assists per game. And all these statistics, once again, they're not at conference, but all those nice that we have to throw away home with our tips.
Tonight.
Right, well, it could be another 20-20 tonight. A victory tonight would give IPFW its 2nd straight 20-win season and 10th in the program's 11th year history. The only year the Volleyball fell short of 20 victories was in 1989 when they won 19, and they were 19-11 that year. And last year, IPFW posted a 26-9 mark. So the ladies are looking well and compared to last year's statistics, and I hope they get a chance in the action outside of this. I think it was a downfall last year, and that would be something that the seniors would definitely like to leave on.
Also like to congratulate Jill Lyon, who became just the 3rd player in IPFW history to record 1,000 assists in the season. She enters this weekend with 1,088 assists, and we just like to congratulate Jill. She's only a sophomore, so she has 2 more years, so I'm sure she'll break that record and go on to set new heights for the Lady Dons in the setting position.
Right, well, like we said earlier, IPFW has been on the road. They've enjoyed tremendous success away from home this season, as the Volleyball have played 76% of their matches. 22 of 29 games have been on the road this year, and that's a tremendous amount, and or on neutral courts. And in those 22 contests, IPFW has posted a 15-7 mark, and that's definitely
a very impressive mark, being on the road that much.
So we'll see what they can do at home tonight as we're getting ready to start this action against University of Southern Indiana. And we hope that it's a quick one here. IPFW hangs on to their strong action, and let's see who we've got coming out on the floor since we missed the lineups. For IPFW will be number 11, Jill Lyon, number 2, Julie Huber, number 12, Temple Swoverland, number 13, Jana Plummer, number 15, Kristen Gorsline, and number 4, Wendy Vanderbilt. And for the Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana will be number 7, Cindy Billings, number 8, Shauna Kester, let's see, number 9, Sherry Kaiser. I can't see all of the players. We missed the opening lineups earlier. Number 13, Leah Parsons. And we'll catch you up with the last player as we go along. Back to serve for IPFW's number 11, Jill Lyon.
There we take a good look at Jill, sophomore out of Noblesville, Indiana. Setter. And we're ready to begin. Best 3 out of 5 game match. Southern Indiana versus IPFW.
Nice.
And there we have a service ace right off the back.
And that puts 1 point up on the board. Nice start out for IPFW. 1-0. Lions still serving.
Nice dig by Lyon.
Temple Swoverland. And that's going to go down for a kill.
Couldn't quite get there. Nice hustle though by number 7, Cindy Billings. Wendy gets the kill on that. That's the first kill of the game for Wendy and the first kill for the Lady Dons.
2-0.
And there's another
IPFW
service
leads.
ace by Jill Lyon.
Another service ace for Jill Lyon.
IPFW 3-0. Jill still serving. And there's another one. We've got 4-0 IPFW, and they're going to call a timeout. And I think it's really necessary right now because IPFW is on a roll. There we see University of Southern Indiana, and they're going to talk this out.
I'm sure we see Coach Dawn Vaughn Hall trying to get her team to settle down, but I think the timeout basically was to try to settle Jill Lyon's serve down. Serving very aggressively and hoping, and I'm sure Coach Hall is hoping that Jill come back and either serve an easy serve or in the net.
Well, even if it settles her down a little bit, we'll take just getting it over the net, no service errors here. We don't mind if we don't get service aces, but leading 4-0 is nice to start out, and Jill's still serving.
And nice dig by Plummer. Outside of Swoverland, she beats it through the block. Nice play that time by Lady Dons on transition.
And that's Temple. That's Temple's second kill for this evening. And that's early in the match. It's 5-0. Lions still serving.
Nice dig by Lyon. They pop it outside to Swoverland. She puts it back over.
And down the middle.
Vanderwilt blocked.
Back outside, this time it goes into the antenna. And that's a side out for the Screaming Eagles.
We see a lot of defensive play already by the Lady Dons, coming on strong, digging a lot of balls, touching a lot of balls on the block. So hopefully that's a good sign for this evening.
Right.
And that's definitely a good sign for Lady Dons. Service error that time by number 13, Leah Parsons.
Number 12, Temple Swoverland will be back to serve. IPFW leads this first game 5-0. And they ran into a little bit of a block.
Here come the Lady Dons on transition. Kristen Gore's line.
Oh, they're going to call that there was a touch there. Southern Indiana thought it was outside.
Quentin Spiegel, one of the line judge, calling a touch that time on middle blocker for Southern Indiana. So that gives a point to the Lady Dons.
Temple still serving, IPFW leading 6-0.
Off the block. Oh, nice play by Lyon, but goes out of bounds. Nice hustle that time. Side out though to Southern Indiana.
A lot of hustle. It's really interesting to see the type of play that we have this evening since we have missed them for so long this season, and really they haven't even been around for us to follow other than hearing how they did. So.
And there's the 61 back one attack by number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt from setter Jill Lyon. Nice play that time. Just goes to show, good pass that time by Temple Swoverland, and therefore we get a good play.
Number 3, Denise Scheinman coming in as a substitution for number 15, Kristen Gorsline. That's been a familiar one for us all season. And we'll see if she's ready to go tonight, and that's
Denise,
a nice
one of the
serve.
seniors recognized earlier.
And there's
And
a
the
tip.
roll shot, nice play by Jill Lyon.
And Julie Huber, oh, and she goes cross court with it hard, and that one's down for another point. IPFW leading 7-0, and Southern Indiana's having a hard time even just getting the ball back, let alone get a point on the board.
There we see some of the power by Julie Huber. Our outside hitters, her and Temple, both with a lot of power cross court, and they're right there displaying it.
Denise still serving.
And the tip, nice play by Vanderwilt. Jana Plummer hits it out of bounds. Nice try that time, though.
Right. Side out, University of Southern Indiana. We got a couple substitutions. Number 15, Angie Anderson, coming in for number 10, Michelle Weeses. And we also had number 4 coming in for number 8, Shauna Kester.
The 31, I guess, was touched, and the set just too far outside by Lyon. I think that caught Jill a little off guard. The ball came pretty quickly. I don't think she was quite ready for that. And Southern Indiana gets on the board, so no Schneider tonight. Nice serve that time by number 4.
And we'll see if we can get you number 4's name here after this first game. We don't have it available.
There's Julie outside again for the kill, cross court. Nice set that time by Jill Lyon.
Serving will be number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt.
Here comes Lady Downs on transition outside to Huber. She cuts it back. Here it comes again. They go back row. Wendy Vanderwilt with the kill on the back row attack. Nice set by Jill. Nice shot by Wendy. That's Wendy's third kill of the first match. Wendy's back to serve. Volleyball's leading 8-1.
And they're going to go outside. Huber's there with the dig. And back over, and she drops that one in. IPFW up another point, 9-1. It's Wendy still back to serve.
Right now, Lady Don's playing very well. Southern Indiana can't do anything to stop them, it seems like.
Wendy with a long serve.
That one's out in the parking lot. Wendy got a little too aggressive on that serve.
Number 12, Lisa Yaki to serve.
Nice pass by Temple.
Nice dig by number 8,
Jana blocked.
Jana Kester.
Here comes Southern Indiana off the block.
Down the middle with
and there's
13.
Jana Plummer with the 1 ball. Nice set by Jill Lyon.
Jill Lyon, side out to the Mastodons. Number 2, Julie Huber to serve.
Julie Huber will be back to serve for IPFW. Junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And they go down the middle this time. Number 7, Cindy Billings. Side out, Screaming Eagles.
That's part of the first offense we've seen tonight from the Screaming Eagles, Christy. Finally got a good pass, nice set, and Billings puts it down.
Well, we don't want to let them get going on that, so we could use a side out right now. And we're going to go outside to Temple. Cross court, nice dig.
And a nice play that time by Sherry Kaiser. Tips it over the net for the kill.
Huber tried to get to it, just didn't make it. Puts 2 points on the board as USI trails by 7, 2-9. Over to Temple. She goes cross court. Nice dig by Cindy Billings.
And we have a net that time on number 15, Angie Anderson from USI. Side out to IPFW. Jana Plummer will go back to serve, while Kristen Gorsline, senior co-captain, comes back in for number 3, Denise Scheiman.
And they go outside to number 9, Sherry Kaiser. Tool that one off the block and gives them a couple substitutions here coming in. Number 10 and number 8, Michelle Weeses, and number 8, Shauna Kester in. And side out USI. They still trail by 7.
Number 31, tip, doesn't go that time by Gorsline. Free ball. Should be a side out for IPFW. Back to Gorsline, she's dug.
Nice dig by Temple. And back outside. And she put it down the line, and it was dug, but it was outside. And number 10, Michelle Wieses, does not keep that ball in play, and IPFW does earn a side out on that, Lloyd.
Jill Lyon back to serve for Lady Dons. And there we see a nice hit by number 8, Shauna Kester. Kezer. I think that's how I pronounce it. I don't know, Chris is going to have to help me on that one.
I think that's Shauna Kester. I think that's the way they're
There we
pronouncing
go.
that last name. It's always a chore. And Temple down the line and hits that back corner.
Beautiful shot that time by number 12, Temple Swoverland, right there in the deep corner, right at Quentin Spiegel's feet.
Side out IPFW. Swoverland back to serve. Temple Swoverland, a 5'9" junior from Columbia City.
Serves it long that time. Well, IPFW kind of stuck on 9. Christy, we started off really quick, got all the way to 9, but had a couple opportunities, but can't come through on them.
Right, well, it's on a standstill on both sides right now, so that's not too bad. And outside of Hubert, and she just puts that one in.
That was a nice cut shot that time, number 2, Julie Huber, inside the 10-foot line, took a little bit off of it. Nice shot.
Number 3, Denise Scheiman coming back in to serve for number 15, Kristen Gorsline. We'll see if we can get something going off of that. That sparked a little bit of interest in the crowd, and we'll see if we can put another point on the board as IPFW leads this first game 9-2.
A nice dig by Lyon. Vanderwild outside to Huber, and she puts it, oh, nice play that time by Southern Indiana. Here comes free ball.
Back to Huber,
And Huber
again,
puts it down that time, Christy.
nice shot by Julie Huber. It looked like that was going to go through the block there, but they picked that up, but IPFW still made a point out of that one. And number 3, Denise Scheiman, is back to serve.
There we finally got off 9. Let's see if we can keep momentum going, finish out game number 1.
Oh, and that was in. That's an ace serve. A little bit of confusion on USI's side. They just stood there and watched that one go. But we'll take service ace, IPFW 11-2.
Nice serve by Denise right on that line.
This is game 1. And they go outside.
And there's the block. Here comes IPFW. Vanderwilt, and she smashes it through the block. There we see the versatility of IPFW having 3, maybe 4 options at one time, whereas some teams only have 2 good hitters. IPFW has a well-rounded team, and Jill's not afraid to set any of them.
IPFW back to serve, number 3, Denise Scheiman, as they lead this 12-2.
Nice dig by Swoverland.
IPFW
And
with
there's
the block.
the big block.
Number 13, Jana Plummer. And number 4, Wendy Vanderwelt, had a nice block there. There was nowhere for that ball to go. And IPFW leads this 13-2. Scheiman's still back to serve.
Right there showing a good substitution by Coach Sheehan. Scheiman coming in, getting points on the board. Nice dig by Scheiman. And Jana Plummer with the 1-ball kill in the set from Jill Lyon.
And Denise Scheiman will be serving for game number 1. IPFW leads us 14-2. They pretty much halted USI.
Touch off the block. Scheiman puts it up. And the tip that time by number 4, Wendy Vanderwelt, for game number 1. Score 15-2 in favor of the Lady Dons. In that game, Jana Plummer came up with 2 kills, while Julie and Temple both came up with 4, but Wendy Vanderwelt led the way with 5. And Jill Lyons with 3 service aces to start the game off. Lady Dons came out quick out of the gates, Christy, and finished quick out of the gates.
It was a very nice start for the Lady Dons, and it shows that they really kind of want to win this one tonight. That'll put them up an edge over everyone else, and then it's up to Ashland and Bellarmine to see what they do, probably in this weekend's action also.
Not only that, but I also think they want to win here at home. Only 2 games left. Have a good crowd this evening. I think they want to show the crowd that even though they didn't play much at home, they were still with them in thought, and they appreciate the people coming out. And Laydown's playing really well right now.
They're playing very well. And if we can hold USI to those kind of points, this will be a very quick match this evening. And we'll be back right after this.
I always wanted to be like my father, you know, order me a dry martini.
I saw that there was an image behind drinking, the people that drank, that they looked older and sophisticated.
I was 11 when I lost my virginity to a guy who was 17, and I was drunk.
Drinking had taken me so far down, I had to get out of my house.
Sometimes I'd sleep in the woods. If I didn't sleep in the woods, I slept on the corner. If I didn't sleep on the corner, I slept at someone's house who I didn't even know.
I had wound up in a lot of trouble with the law. I had wound up in jail.
When I was drinking, you know, I was with a lot of guys, and a lot of guys used me.
You know, I hurt my parents dearly, you know, and I knew at the time I was doing it, but I didn't care, just as long as I got high.
I was so miserable. I hated myself. Every time I looked in the mirror, I wanted to cry.
Hey, yo, alcohol is a drug, man, and you can get hooked on it. And the younger you start, the more damage you can do. Word.
It's just no experience for no kids my age or anyone younger.
If you want to be somebody, have a family, have a future, just say no.
Say no and say yes to your life.
This message from President Bush and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.
Here's one of nature's most awe-inspiring sights. A sky filled with thousands of migrating ducks and geese. So that Americans will always be able to enjoy this great spectacle, buy duck stamps. Because for more than 50 years, federal duck stamps have generated the money to set aside more than 4 million acres of marshes, swamps, and coastal estuaries. They provided places for these great birds to nest, feed, and rest during their annual journeys. America's migratory waterfowl are some of our most beloved wildlife. You can help ensure that our waterfowl will have a home. To find out more, write Duck Stamp, Washington, D.C., 20240 for a free brochure. Let's help preserve our precious wildlife.
And welcome back to the beginning of game number 2, the match against IPFW and the University of Southern Indiana. IPFW winning the first game strongly with a 15-2 victory, and we're starting game number 2.
There we see a back one attack by Kristen Gorsline, goes down for a kill.
And IPFW earns the first side out of game number 2. Lions will be back to serve.
Jill, a sophomore, setting very well for this club this year. There's a nice tip play. Ball set outside, and Temple can't quite get to it. Set goes around, that time by Vanderbilt, hits the antenna out of bounds. Side out, USI.
0-0 as we start out game number 2. No one has put a score. We've had a side out here both ways now. And we'll see who gets that first point. There's a nice dig by number 7, Cindy Billings, but IPFW hangs on. Out to number 4.
Wendy Vanderwilt with the kill. Outside set by Jill Lyon.
USI with a shorter front line than IPFW, and that shows on that last block there.
Tip by Huber doesn't go.
Huber to the back, nice dig by Billings.
Caught Gorsline off guard, I think. There's the tip, block again by Gorsline. And the ball goes down the middle that time. Kill for number 13, Leah Parsons.
Temple Swoverland and Jana Plummer both not able to get to the ball. I think probably hitting each other and kind of coming to a halt. Back to serve for USI's number 8, Shauna Kester. Outside to Huber.
And that time the inside shot doesn't quite cut it. Too far outside.
Right, rolled right out the top of the net, right outside. That's a point. USI leads game number 2, 1-0. Kester still serving. And this time a service error. IPFW earns a side out. And we've got a substitution here. Number 3, Denise Scheinman, coming in for 15 Gorsline. We'll see if she's still hot on the serve and can get us a few points to begin game number 2. Scheinman serving. And I missed that call. Lloyd, did you catch
Jill
that?
Lyon, the ball was passed over that time by Lady Dons. Jill Lyon tried to jump up and block it, but she's from the back row, so she's not allowed to contact the ball above the net.
Number 4, Denise Rasa. And number 10, Michelle Weiss in for number 13, Leah Parsons.
There we have number 10 back to serve, Michelle Weiss. And the 31 that time doesn't quite make it.
Point.
Another point for USI. Weiss still serving. And that time the tip for number 4, Vanderwilt, goes down on the back one from Jill Lyon.
Side out IPFW. They're trailing game number 2, 0-2. We need to get something rolling here. Number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt serving, and there's an ace. Wendy being very effective this evening so far from the back row, and we'll take some nice serves from her also. Good crowd here this evening. IPFW trailing by 1.
There's the dig by Scheinman. Outside to Huber. Nice dig that time by USI. Here comes the ball again. Transition for IPFW.
Back row to Wendy. Didn't quite go.
And that time, number 12 for USI, Lisa Yaki with the kill off the block for Jill Lyons. Couple interesting names. Yaki. I'll have to get that next time.
It's always a challenge. Yaki, Weese's, we always have some interesting names. And
I wonder where that comes from.
I don't
Yaki.
know. Provides us with
nice play by USI. Good defense. Here come the Lady Dons. Should score here.
Nice
Plummer blocked. She blocks him back for the kill that time. Good aggressive play at the net by number 13, co-captain Jana Plummer. Back to serve, number 2, Julie Huber for the Lady Dons, down 1-2.
Some aggressiveness there on USI. Also number 10, Michelle Weesey, and number 15, Angie Anderson.
There's the big block once again. Jana Plummer along with Temple Swoverlin on the block.
IPFW ties it up here in game 2, 2-2. Huber still serving. They go to the outside.
And that time, nice try by number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt. Lands right in front of her, can't quite get there. Side out to USI, number 7 goes back to serve, Cindy Billings.
Outside of Swoverlin, she runs into the block. And Jill not quite able to get up and get it over the net. And
nice try by Jill. She hasn't been too offensive tonight, hasn't tipped or turned to hit the ball. First try. Hopefully she'll keep trying that. I think that'll work for Jill later on, maybe in the match.
That was a point for USI. They lead this 3-2. And that ball was tipped, so it'll be side out IPFW. And number 14, we haven't seen Bonnie Cannell yet this evening, and we've talked about her earlier in some of her records that she's holding right now in GLVC and the statistics, and this is the first time we've seen her tonight. Number 13, Jana Plummer, back to serve. Much closer game than in game 1 right now. IPFW trailing 2-3.
Off the block, nice play by Vanderwilt. And Bonnie Cannell with the 1-ball kill off the shoulder of number 8, Shauna Kester. 3-3 here in game number 2. Number 13, Jana Plummer serving.
And number 9, and she puts it down inside.
Ooh, Lee.
Sherry Kaiser. No one was going to get to that. She was going to make sure of it.
That's the first time we see one of the USI players actually go up and really smash the ball. That time, number 9, Kaiser, goes up and hits angle very hard. Maybe trying to fire her own squad up here.
Number 4, Denise Rossa, back to serve. She had just switched jerseys on us tonight. We did have her name, but we didn't have her with the right number, and we've got that all corrected now. Nice dig by Plummer.
Outside of Swoverlin. Kind of a lollipop, but we have a net call that time on number 13, I believe, Leah Parsons. Side out to the Lady Dons. Number 11, Southmore setter Jill Lyon back to serve.
And they're going to go outside, and it runs into the block. Once again, number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt.
Big black that time by Wendy. We have a big lineup up there with Canal, Vanderwilt, and Swoverlin. Hopefully Jill serves tough. Should see a couple more blocks.
Okay, USI pulled that one out of a hat. Number 14, Bonnie Cannell with the kill.
Right there showing Jill Lyons like to set Bonnie, especially in the middle. Bonnie's always up quick. She's a strong hitter.
IPFW leading now 5-3 in game 2. You just saw on the scoreboard they won game 1 15-2.
The roll shot, Lyon gets there. And Swoverlin.
She's very effective with that cross court, and more than likely it's always going to be a kill. Every once in a while they get to it, but she's got a strong hit that way.
And Coach Hall for University of Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles wants to call timeout and stop this momentum that the Lady Dons have started.
IPFW looking very strong, and we'll be back right after this message.
As an athlete, it's especially painful to watch cocaine destroy those around me. How could these heroes with so much strength and discipline fall for cocaine? They thought they could control it. That's the big lie. No one controls cocaine. So don't blame them. Learn from them. If you're using cocaine, get help.
Call 1-800-662-HELP.
And we're back, and we're in game 2 right now as IPFW leads 6-3 over the University of Southern Indiana. They won game 1 15-2. We're glad you can join us. And there's a scout. I believe it's a Boy Scout looking on. I was in the Girl Scouts, so I don't know what the Boy Scout, or I didn't know if it was a Cub Scout uniform. And there was a long hit, but it was tipped by number 4, be a kill by Denise Rasa, and it'll be a side out. IPFW with a very tall line, and we're going to miss that with those seniors that are graduating.
Definitely Jana and Kristen, both 6-footers, and Wendy. 3 of them we're going to lose next year. Hopefully Lisa Sheehan, the coach, has been getting some recruiting in there, get some big girls in here. But there we have an attack here by number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt. Hitting that little stick on the end, the antenna. That's illegal. It's out of bounds, so we have a point for Southern Indiana.
Southern Indiana trailing game 2, 4-6. But it's a much better game than it was in the first one. They've changed a few things.
Kester serves for USI.
They're going to go outside to Wendy. This time she runs into the block. Actually, I believe she ran into the net on that one.
Hit in the net. Seemed like it hit number 13, Parsons, in the chin, grabbing her chin. Well, sometimes that happens.
Number 8, Kester still serving. That was another point for USI as they trail by 1, 6-5 in game 2. And there's Bonnie Cannell, and there's no one going to touch that one as she slams that one down the middle.
Bonnie definitely proving herself this season after a couple years off. Just going to school. Bonnie coming in strong. Bonnie having another year here at IPFW if she wants to return.
Temple Swoverlin back to serve, and that was long. And from that last play, though, we saw why Jill Lyon has so many assists so far this season and why she's ranking in one of the, and just to be the only 3rd player in IPFW to reach the record of 1,000 assists. Side out IPFW. Substitution number 3, Denise Scheinman, coming in for number 14, Bonnie Cannell, who's playing very well right now for IPFW. Scheinman serving, 6-5, IPFW leading game 2.
And nice recovery that time. Oh, I think the ball was long, but Denise Scheinman thought there might be a touch on the block, plays it. It goes awry, and that'd be a side out to USI.
I believe that was a kill by number 13, Leah Parsons. We have a couple substitutions. Number 15, Angie Anderson, and number 10, Michelle Weese's coming in for USI. Very young team, University of Southern Indiana.
There we see a back one from Jill Lyon to Wendy Vanderwilt that went out of bounds. Another point for USI. So they tie it up here in game number 2, 6-6. Lady Dons need to side out here, get the momentum back. And a net violation on the serve by number 10, Michelle Weeses. Side out, Lady Dons. Number 4, Temple Swoverland back to serve.
USI playing with only one senior on the team and quite a few freshmen, but playing very well. There's the block by number 13, Jana Plummer.
Like you were talking about, Christy, IPFW at that big front line. Then we see senior co-captain number 13, Jana Plummer, roofing it straight down.
Wendy still serving. IPFW leads 7-6.
Off the block. Oh, nice touch that time. Number 3, Denise Scheinman, couldn't quite come up with it.
That'll be a side out for USI. Number 12, Lisa Yaki back to serve.
IPFW turning up the block this game, already having 5 stuff blocks compared to just 2 last game.
Julie Huber. It's a nice dig by USI. And there's a kill by number 8, Shauna Kester. And we're seeing a lot more action on their side. I think it took them game 1 to get warmed up.
We see USI, there we see on the replay, kill right over Joe Lyons, one of the shorter players on the team. And there's a service ace that time by number 12, Lisa Yaki. There I go. I knew I'd get the second time.
That puts USI up in game 2, 8-7.
It's the first lead USI's had at this match.
And out to Huber. Huber runs into the block. Another point for USI, 8-7, and we've got a timeout here for IPFW. Here we're going to see it again. Julie Huber can't get through the block.
I think just a little passing breakdown maybe. We'll get the pass back, and Jill will make a little better option, maybe get some more middle going. They haven't stopped us yet, and I think that'll turn things around.
Tune into Channel 6 tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. to watch the Lady Panthers from Kentucky Wesleyan University take on the IPFW Lady Volleydons. Catch all the action of women's GLVC volleyball right here on Channel 6. And that's exactly what we're seeing tonight, some fine GLVC action, much different than game 1 as IPFW took an early lead and just ran right on through 15-2. But in this game right now we are trailing by 2 as University of Southern Indiana leads 9-7.
And we said earlier in the broadcast, this game very essential for both teams. IPFW, Ashland, Bellarmine, and Southern Indiana all tied 6-1 at the top of the GLVC standings. And my tongue twisted.
And there was a nice serve, and they're going outside to Huber. And this time it's wide. And she goes cross court to the back corner. Raul Papaleo, the line judge, calls that a little wide.
Him and Quentin Spiegel have the duties this evening.
Both members of the boys volleyball team who will soon be starting their season.
The men's, you mean?
I said, oh, did I say the boys? I apologize. Loy is also a member.
I was offended.
I'm sorry. Loy is also a member of the men's volleyball team, and they are getting ready to start their season. And there's a kill by number 13, Jana Plummer, and another assist for Joe Lyons.
Jana caught him off guard that time with the tip over the block. Lady Downs need to get a point here, been stuck on 7.
Huber serve for IPFW.
There's the block. Outside to Swoverland. Nice defensive play. Here they come again.
This time they're going back court.
And a kill, number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt from the back row. The rule on that is if you jump behind the white line, they're on the floor, the 10-foot line, it's all right to contact the ball if you're in the back row, but as soon as you step over the line, you become an ineligible hitter, and the official will call it. But that time, Wendy staying way behind the line and putting the ball down for a kill.
Huber serving. IPFW trails by 2, 8-10. Julie Huber, a junior, on the IPFW team. And that nice shot by number 8, Shauna Kester, just fell right down in front of the block.
Block didn't quite get their hands over the net that time, and it fell down in between them. Side out, USI.
Serving.
Number 7, Billings serving.
Nice dig by number 12, Lisa Yaki.
And there's the tip that time. Number 8, Shauna Kester for the kill. Once again, USI taking that 3-point lead, 11-8 here in game number 2.
IPFW needs to get going here. They need to side out and get a couple points on the board. They're still in this game. Not out at all.
And There it is. That offensive play by Jill Lyons. I think Jill needs to do that more to keep the defense honest. Right in the middle of the court, no one home. A kill for Jill Lyon.
And there's a good substitution. Number 14, Bonnie Cannell, to add that height to that front line. Coming in for number 3, Denise Scheinman. Bonnie, another 6-foot player for IPFW. IPFW going to Bonnie. She tips it over, but it's dug by USI.
Here come Lady Dons. And the ball hit out that time by number 14, Bonnie Cannell.
Couple substitutions coming here for USI. Number 13, Leah Parsons, and number 4, Denise Rasa. Denise Rasa back to serve. IPFW trails by 3. They go outside to number 12, Temple Swoverland, and she adds another kill.
Lady Dons need to get something going here. There we see again Temple putting it right through the seam of the block. Number 11, Jill Lyon, the setter, back to serve. We could use a couple points here. There's a block that time. Number 12, Temple Swoverland, with help from number 14, Bonnie Cannell.
And that's why that substitution was made. You get that height back up on that front line, and they're going to have a hard time getting it over.
Lady Dons trailing by 2. And I think there's a service ace by Jill Lyon, number 11.
Number 12, Lisa Yackey, got a hold of that one, but the front row wasn't ready, I don't think, and it just fell short.
Puts the Lady Dons within 1 of tying this game up here, number 2. And a lift is called that time on number 4, Rossa. She was a setter, and Phil Bodine said, no one-handed sets tonight. Called a lift, and that ties it up 11-11.
Temple Swoverland was right there to, I believe.
And the set too tight that time, and number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt, blocks it down for a kill. And Coach Hall wants a timeout for Southern Indiana. Right now, Christy, I think the story is of blocking. Lady Dons coming up with almost 8 blocks right here in game number 2 compared to number 1. Game number 1, they only had 2 games.
And we'll be back right after this.
You were the first in this family to get into college.
I'm so proud of you.
I can't go, can I? Just can't afford to send you.
I didn't mean to let you down.
I understand. Maybe next year. Maybe.
Hard-working students deserve a chance. Please support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
And welcome back to tonight's GLVC action. IPFW came back from a 3-point deficit here, and now they're up 12-11 over the University of Southern Indiana. Jill Lyon back to serve for IPFW in game number 2.
Nice serve by Lyon. Nice play by Jana Plummer. And the set goes awry. Here they come. Should be a no, nice defensive play again. And the ball hit wide that time by number 8, Shauna Kester. Point, IPFW. Here in game number 2, being down 3 points at one time. Chrissy coming back for a 13-11 lead.
Lyon serving.
Nice dig. Here comes USI again. It's blocked. Outside of Swoverland. And she's blocked.
But a nice dig.
To Vanderwelt. And she's blocked, but it's out.
Everyone looked for the judges for that calling.
Serving for game number 2, Jill Lyon. Oh, and unfortunately we have to call that a choke, but that's all right. Jill did a nice job back there, and just one side out. We'll be right back.
Number 8, Shauna Kester to serve. USI trying to hang on here.
Nice serve that time by Kester. Caught Julie Huber off guard. That puts him within 2, 12-14. IPFW needs a good pass inside out here. I look to see Bonnie Cannell get the ball here. Christy in the middle if it's a good pass.
And it's going to go outside to Wendy Vanderwilt, and she puts it off the block.
She smashes it through. Wendy being a really steady player tonight for the Lady Dons. That's her 4th kill of game number 2.
And here we're going to see it one more time. And Wendy puts it down. IPFW with another chance to win game number 2. As Temple Swiverland serves. IPFW 14-12.
Nice dig by Lyon. Vanderwell set. Oh, they have to bump it over. Here comes a free ball. It's a tip. Lyon's there.
Chance for IPFW to set it up, and for number Wendy Vanderwelt slams that one down. IPFW wins game 2, 15-12.
Tell you what, Christy, nice comeback by Lady Dons, being down 7-10 earlier in the game, coming back to win 15-12. Mostly led by the hitting of Wendy with 5 kills and the blocking of Jana Plummer with 4 blocks in the middle. I tell you what, right there showing some grit coming back from being down.
IPFW looking good this evening, and we've won the first 2 games so far, 15-2, 15-12, and hopefully one left this evening in tonight's match.
Tune in to Channel 6 on Sunday, November 13th at 8 p.m. to catch the taped replay of tonight's match. And you can watch us, Christy and Loy, your wonderful announcers, again. Here we see a contestant. He's trying to serve the ball through the hole, trying to win that beautiful car down there.
And I tell you what, that was really close.
That was probably the closest we've seen, Christy. I think the next serve is for $5,000 right there. Hole not very big, Christy. Some of us men players try to do it, and we couldn't even do it, so it's not an easy task. That one just a little high.
Tell you, he's got the right idea, though. It's definitely been the closest that we've seen. He's asking for a little bit of advice from someone in the audience, which way he should serve it. And that one was off.
Round of applause for Kevin Bayer of Fort Wayne, Indiana. We're having a serving contest one more time tomorrow.
And that'll happen once again tomorrow. One more chance to win that beautiful car, at least during the women's season. I imagine it'll be around for the men's also.
Yes, it will. And the men's basketball, I think, also has a giveaway. So come on out. You never know. You can win a free car.
Right. A little bit of a lot of good GLVC action. Both will be happening with the men and with what we already have with the women. And I think, you know, what can you go wrong? Buying a cheap ticket, good action, and a chance at a car. And we'll be right back after this.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. It's a lovely day here in Georgia.
Good morning, Mr. President. It's a nice day here in California.
California? I could swear we were right next to each other.
With a communications satellite, we can be. That's one way space technology impacts on life here on Earth.
Television, telephone, and radio signals bounced off satellites bring people together who are thousands of miles apart.
They bring us world events as they're happening.
They help us educate, entertain, and inform.
But communications satellites are only one of the thousands of practical applications of space technology.
In the months ahead, you'll be hearing about remarkable advances in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease and cancer.
New ways to generate electricity and control pollution.
All of them spin-offs of space technology. That's why Jimmy Carter from Georgia
and Gerald Ford from California agree.
Space technology has down-to-earth benefits for everyone.
Welcome back to Game 3. IPFW taking on the University of Southern Indiana tonight, winning Game 1 15-2, Game 2 15-12, and Jill Lyon was back to serve as we start Game 3.
And Vanderwelt starts off again with another kill. Wendy Vanderwelt been very strong offensively for the Lady Dons.
And we'll correct real quick while I'm thinking about it. Our men play in the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association and not the GLVC, but I've been so associated with the women all season, I made that quick error and we just wanted to set that straight. IPFW to Temple Swoverland, who was blocked outside to Vanderwelt, and she puts it down on the line for a kill. IPFW leading early 2-0 in Game 3. Jill still serving for IPFW.
A set tight and a block that time by Vanderwelt doesn't quite get over the net, and it's a side out for Southern Indiana. And I believe number 8 for USI will come back to serve, Shauna Kester.
And the Screaming Eagles have been pretty quiet so far tonight.
Not much screaming done by them. And the roll shot by number 4, Vanderwilt, in the net that time. So there's a point for USI, trailing by 1, 2-1 here in game number 3. They must win this in order to keep going.
Bonnie goes for the tip.
And the rip that time by number 12, Lisa Yaki. And that ties it up 2-2.
IPFW just hanging on here, trying to get going in game number 3. And you just saw the replay of that.
And a back row attack that called on Jill Lyon. Like earlier, Jill's being in the back row, not allowed to contact the ball over the net. She did reach over and hit that ball, so that's illegal. That's another point for USI.
8, Shauna Kester serving. And there, Bonnie Cannell doesn't get her hands up. It falls down in front of her. We saw a couple of tips right there where I think if she would have taken a little more authority, they wouldn't have gotten back so quickly to IPFW. Number 8, Shauna Kester, still serving, but now IPFW trails 2-4.
There's a block. And number 9 that time, Sherry Kaiser puts it down for the kill. So we see USI taking commanding lead here, 2-5. But last game they were up 3 and Lady Dons came back. So let's see if we can turn it around here.
Right. Kester still serving. And the Eagles are beginning to scream.
And there's a big kill outside once again, number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt.
IPFW with a side out. Number 12, Temple Swoverland will be serving. And IPFW here, trailing by 3.
Nice serve by Swoverland. And the kill that time, number 9, Sherry Kaiser. Going cross court for the kill.
Jill Lyon not able to get to the ball in time. Number 9, Kaiser serving. As USI leads 5-2. Game number 3 of GLVC action.
Comes a free ball. And the block. USI puts it back over.
Number 2, Huber.
That time she goes over number 13, Leah Parsons for the kill. Nice shot by Huber.
Side out IPFW with the substitution. Number 3, Denise Scheinman coming in for number 14, Bonnie Cannell.
Denise, a spark plug for Lady Dons. Hopefully she can turn things up. They're down 3 here in game number 3. Lady Dons win this one, they'll win the match.
Denise from Monroeville, Indiana.
Oh, the tip. Nice try that time by all the Lady Dons, hustling after, but it goes down.
Side out. USI in substitution, 2 substitutions, number 15, Angie Anderson, and number 10, Michelle Weeses will be back to serve for USI. They're leading game 3. IPFW needs a side out and a few points.
And that one just goes over the reach of Jana Plummer. Set too high that time by Lyon. The middle hasn't been real effective tonight. The passing's kind of been not too bad, but it just seems that we haven't gone to it. We go outside again to Huber. She goes line and misses. So there we see Lady Dons struggling a little bit. Coach Sheehan trying to fire them up a little bit. Crowd kind of dead right now. Christy not knowing what to think.
Right, just need to get the crowd back into this, calm the ladies back down, and they'll be fine.
There they go, back 1 to Vanderwilt. Seems to be effective quite a bit. Once again, Wendy already with 4 kills this game. Just playing really well tonight, and Jill Lyon setting her. So that shows that shows signs of a good setter right there, going to the player who's hot and effective.
IPFW serving, and serving long.
And there I go, building up her ego, and she lets me down.
We need to get some points rolling, and so far we haven't been able to do that. We've been stuck on 2. IPFW trails by 5.
Nice play by Lyons.
Free ball for USI. As they go down the middle. Nice dig by number 3, Scheinman.
Oh, nice dig that time by number 9, Kaiser. Here come Lady Dons.
Back court, Wendy Vanderwilt, another dig.
Dug again.
Over to Julie Huber, but she says this one's going down and no one's going to get it, and that's where it went, right down the middle.
I think Julie was tired of keep passing that ball. 3 attempts, and finally the third one goes down.
Side
Here we
out.
see again Huber right there putting the ball past the blockers.
Side out IPFW. And IPFW, another chance to put some points on the board. They've given us the opportunities. We haven't done anything with them yet, at least not in game 3. IPFW, and they try to go to Plummer down the middle, and the attack doesn't work. Side out, USI.
Billings back to serve for USI.
As the fans quickly flip through their programs looking for a red mark for a free pizza.
I'm looking through mine. I'm kind of hungry up here.
We have to thank Pizza Hut for that, as they always provide a free medium pizza every game to a lucky fan who comes. So see, not only can you maybe win a car or some dollars, but if you're hungry, you might win a pizza.
Showing the community support that the IPFW Athletics does have. IPFW Athletics just growing so quickly, Christy, and all the sports, just not women's volleyball, but men's volleyball, basketball, softball, baseball, everything. Matter of fact, soccer team won its first tournament playing game this year. Never won a tournament game before, so they're going down to Southern Indiana to play tomorrow. We wish them the best of luck. And the Lady Dons got a point, so they're finally off 2, and let's see if we can keep things going. And there's a big block. Bonnie Canal. Maybe that's what we need to get things going.
And IPFW puts a couple quick points on the board. They only trail by 3 now, 4-7. Plummer still serving for IPFW.
Another block. Oh, that time Lyon got that one, but just a little wide. Couldn't quite get over far enough.
Many people are amazed as the athletics are growing out here, but so is the university, and I believe enrollment is up over 12,000 now, and for a community college and especially for a commuting college, that's a really high number of students.
Right now, number 7 comes in for the first time, Carol Lamar out of LaGrange, Indiana. She comes in for Jana Plummer for back row. She's a back row specialist, so let's see if she can come up with a couple digs here for Lady Dons.
IPFW over to Temple Swoverland.
Here comes a free ball. I think it's long. Carol plays it. And a big block by number 9, Sherry Kaiser. That's the first time they stopped that back row attack by Wendy Vanderwilt.
Well, IPFW sidelines yelled out, but it was a little too late. Carol already had her hands under the ball and played that one. It was a long ball. But IPFW hanging on.
There's a big kill in the middle for number 14, Bonnie Cannell.
Side out IPFW. Jill Lyon will be back to serve. IPFW trails by 4.
Nice dig. Here we go. Lady Don should score here. And it's blocked. Again, number 9, Sherry Kaiser being a force to the net. IPFW just doesn't look in sync right now, Christy.
No, they're not playing any way like they played in the first couple of games. And the organization isn't there. But then we say that, and maybe we should, because then there's number 14, Bonnie Cannell, and she puts that one down strong, down the center. And there's what we haven't been seeing, the middle game.
Bonnie is the mainstay in the middle this year so far. Her and Jana Plummer, Kristen Gorsland towing the line in the middle. And when we set them, it seems pretty effective. Nice dig. Here we go. Chance for a point. Back to Vanderwilt. And she puts it down in the corner for a kill. Once again, Wendy Vanderwilt with 5 kills already, matching her other game high.
IPFW trailing only by 3 now, 5-8. Temple Swoverland to serve for IPFW.
Like to see the Lady Dons come back for this one, Christy.
Well, they came back in the last game, and I think it's real possible for them to come back here.
Oh, nice dig that time with Temple Swoverland, but Jill Lyon couldn't quite get there. Side out to USI.
Number 9, Sherry Kaiser serving.
And a kill that time for Julie Huber. We're siding out, Chrissy, but just not as effective as we had earlier in game number 1 and 2.
couple of substitutions coming in. Number 3, Denise Scheinman, and number 13, Jana Plummer. So we've got someone coming in who was sparked our serving earlier. We'll see if she can do it now as IPFW trails by 3. And they run into the block.
Let's hope we can get it back again. And that one didn't go over. Oh, and Phil Bodine said it did go over. I doubted that call at first. I thought the ball was in the net. But up official Phil Bodine says it did touch the block. But Lady Downs come up with it anyway. That's another point. Only down by 2, 6-8 here in game number 3.
And we have another timeout called by University of Southern Indiana.
I think Coach Hall from USI is saying once again, Lady Downs from behind deciding to come back. And we'll be right back after these few short messages.
There's something spreading in the third world. No one's immune to it. It passes from a mother to her children, from a man to his neighbor. And before long, it affects an entire village. It's called knowledge. Care. We're helping people learn to live without us.
Welcome back to tonight's GLVC action, and we're in the middle of game 3. IPFW trailing by 2, 6-8. They won the first 2 games, 15-2, 15-12. And Scheinman is back serving and serving long, and that was an effective timeout by USI.
As a player, that's definitely what you not want to do after a timeout. You got to keep that first ball in, even if it is a lollipop. Just because of that, it changes momentum totally. We had momentum going. We were up to only 2 points behind, and now the momentum switches to USI.
USI had 2 substitutions. Number 15, Angie Anderson, and number 10, Michelle Weeses came back into the game. And that's an easy kill there by number 7, Cindy Billings, as she just reaches up over the net and puts that one down.
Miscommunication by IPFW, giving away a free point. We can't let that happen.
Billings serving for USI. Over to Huber, and she doesn't clear the net. Another point.
IPFW kind of losing its composure here. We need a side out right now before it gets too far out of hand.
USI now leading by 4, 10-6. After that timeout, after IPFW put a couple points on the board. But there we get a side out with a nice kill by Wendy Vanderwelt from the back row.
That makes Wendy's 16th kill of this match. Wendy pile them up. Right now she's being the force leading the IPFW offensive attack, and she's back to serve. Let's hope she can attack with her serve as well as her spike.
And they're going to go outside. And it off the tips of number 13, Jana Plummer.
Right now, USI just can't do any wrong. Chrissy, seems like everything they try has worked. So IPFW is gonna have to muster up something special here.
A side out, we'll start with that.
Yeah.
Number 12, Lisa Yaki serving for USI. And that was a nice dig by Kaiser of USI.
And that ball hit long by number 12, Lisa Yaki.
IPFW number 2, Julie Huber, going to try to get something going here for the Dons. Lady Dons have been playing well tonight, a little backwards or mixed up in this game, but we'll get something rolling. And there's a side out for USI.
Number 7, Cindy Billings back to serve for USI. USI leading 10-6 here in game number 3. They lost the first 2 games though, so they have to win this one to stay in.
And there's a nice tip by Jana Plummer.
Tell you, on that set, looks like Jill Lyons kind of underset Jana. Jana was up there nice and high, and Jill set a little too low, so Jana had to tip, but it was good for a kill.
And IPFW earns a side out with that. Jana back to serve.
Nice serve by Plummer.
Nice dig by Wendy, except for it goes out. And there's a kill for number 15, Angie Anderson of USI. And we got 2 substitutions. Number 4, Denise Rasa. And number 13, Leah Parsons. Comes back in for USI. Once again, they earn a side out, and they are up game number 3, 10-6. And there was a nice dig for
Comes
USI.
Back over. IPFW not quite ready for it. Here come Screaming Eagles. Oh, and a big block from number 14, Bonnie Cannell, sends it straight down. Maybe that's what Lady Downs need to get some momentum, some excitement, some emotion going right now.
That got the fans involved.
They seem a little dead as we speak.
Jill Lyon back to serve.
Good serve by Lyon. Let's see if we can convert a point here. The tip, we're there.
Lyon sets it for Wendy.
She's
Off the
blocked
block
though.
By number 9, Sherry Kaiser.
Kaiser still being a force to the net, blocking a lot of balls. Number 8 back to serve, Shauna Kester for USI.
To the middle, Bonnie, and she just tips that over the top of the block.
Bonnie having a couple inches on the opposing team's middle attacker, so Bonnie should be effective as ever we see tipping right over the other team.
Side out IPFW, number 12, Temple Swoverland back. Oh, and they call that one in.
That's a beautiful shot that right there by number 9, Sherry Kaiser, right in the corner. Nice call by Rule Papaleo, the line judge.
Side out USI, as they aren't going anywhere in their points either. We need to hold them to 10 and earn a side out here. Over to Huber.
Nice dig that time by number 4, Raza. Here comes a free ball. IPFW should side out.
And they do with Wendy Vanderwilt.
That back one being very successful.
And that's another kill for Wendy this evening.
That gives her 17 for a total in 3 games. Wendy's gonna have a sore arm tomorrow.
Yeah, that's unofficial statistics, but we're pretty close.
Totally unofficial. Oh, that was kind of a mix-up that time. A bad set by number 4, Raza for USI. Number 7, Cindy Billings, just kind of throws it over down in the middle of the court, and IPFW not ready for it.
2 substitutions, number 15, Angie Anderson, and number 10, Michelle Wiese back into the game. And Wiese is serving for USI. And we're at a standstill here, 10-6, USI
Nice
leading.
dig by Swoverland.
Huber, she's dug.
Temple again. We need to get this side out here.
Huber runs into her block.
Good defensive play. Here comes USI. And the block, Joe Lyons there. And hitting the net by Huber. It's too bad. We played really well in that series. Set was a little low. Huber didn't quite know what to do with it. Another point for USI. They lead 5 here in game number 3, 11-6.
And that's the first point that we've seen in a while here in this match, in this game. And there's a nice tip.
Nice roll shot that time by number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt. Once again, adding up the kills, being very effective in all aspects of the offensive.
Wendy back to serve for IPFW. IPFW trying to hang on to game number 3. They won game 1 and 2, so they're just trying to hang on and not have to play another game.
And that hurts. The ball hit out of bounds that time by USI, but we have a net violation of number 13, Jana Plummer, so the ball goes side out back to USI.
USI playing the best that we've seen them so far this evening. A pretty young team, but they are also 6-1.
And there's a big break for Lady Downs service here by number 12, Lisa Yaki. Julie Swoverland going back to serve. We need a couple points here to get things going.
IPFW with another break. See if we can convert any points out of this one. Nice serve by Huber. And Lyons gets the tip there.
And once again, the blocking of USI has just picked up here in game number 3. Doesn't seem like the IPFW hitters can get anything by them.
Number 14, Bonnie ran into it that time. And it's another side out for USI.
Number 7, Billings back to serve, a middle hitter out of Newburgh, Indiana.
Cross court to Swoverland. She puts it into the net. There's a point for USI. And they're starting to run away here with game number 3, 12-6. Billings still to serve. IPFW winning the first 2 games. And that's a long shot by the back row, Wendy Vanderwilt, and this time the timeout's going to be called by IPFW. IPFW trails by 7, 13-6.
Right now, IPFW just looking real out of sync. I think Coach Sheehan wants to call a timeout, try to get her Lady Don settled down a little bit.
And we'll be right back after this message.
Is a need in your own hometown. Please join your local chapter.
Welcome back to the action tonight between USI and IPFW, and they're taking a beating here in Game 3 as they trail 7 points, 13-6. USI playing very well in game number 3. And there's a long shot, side out by IPFW. Jana Plummer will be back to serve.
Important for Jana to have a tough serve here. Got Bonnie Cannell up there blocking. Hopefully Bonnie can get her hands on a couple balls. We need to get a point here.
Jana, 6-foot senior.
Serves long.
IPFW needs to get that little spark back into them. Everything's a little dead on the floor right now. We've got a substitution. Number 7, Carol Lamar coming back in for Jana Plummer. And serving for USI, I believe, is number 15, Angie Anderson. Temple Swoverland.
And Temple with the kill outside.
That was a kill. Number 7, Cindy Billings, tried to get out, get her arm out for that ball. Couldn't quite do it.
That's Temple's first kill of this game number 3. Our outside hitter is having some problems this game. Hopefully that'll turn things around. Right there's a service ace by number 11, Jill Lyon, sophomore setter.
Trying to get the team fired up with that one, said, let's go.
Only 6 points down. It seems like a lot, but I know Lady Dons, they've done it in the past. I think they can do it again, but not like that.
That's a service error by IPFW, and it'll be a side out for USI. And that'll be number 8, Shauna Kester, serving for the Screaming Eagles.
A nice defense.
Free ball for IPFW if we don't have miscommunication. Now they're going to get a free ball for USI, and that was a nice play by Temple Swoverland, and that may be what the team needs to get going.
And there's a big kill for number 9, Sherry Kaiser in the middle. Tell you what, USI can do no wrong right now.
Serving for the game, but we have a substitution. Number 13, Jana Plummer, coming in for number 7, Carol Lamar. And back to serve for the game is number 8, Shauna Kester. And they're going to call that one in. IPFW watch. That's game number 3, and it looks like we're going to go to 4 tonight.
Tell you what, Christy, IPFW needs to wake up a little bit here. I think they just kind of took USI for granted here, and because they blew them away the first 2 games, but then USI comes back strong, and IPFW mentally not prepared for game number 3.
That's right. USI have slowly been building since game 1. IPFW blew them out 15-2, but they were a little bit stronger in game 2, 15-12, but they came back here in game 3 and showed IPFW they're here to play, and they're not going to give up that easily as they win number 3, 15-7, and we'll be right back after this short message.
Communication is a fundamental right, basic to all human existence. But if communication breaks down, the results can be devastating. Contrary to popular belief, no one is safe from a communication disorder. Early detection is vital to an effective program of rehabilitation. Help is available for you and for those you love. For further information, contact the speech-language hearing professional in your area or call the Indiana Speech-Language Hearing Association.
You're Helen Hayes.
Oh, I knew that.
The old guard and the new wave.
To tell you about another down-to-earth benefit from space research.
I can't believe these glasses for the deaf.
A tiny microphone on the frame connects to a portable computer which converts spoken words into visual cues that appear right on the lens of the glasses.
Huh. The eye's doing what the ears can't. Incredible.
Space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
With illegal drugs and alcohol, users aren't the only losers.
Our 18-year-old Susan lost her life, was killed. The driver of the other car was a student, 17 and drunk. He'll have to live with that forever, but he's alive.
Teenagers,
Don't let anyone kid you. Drugs and alcohol can kill. Parents, don't kid yourselves. The danger is all around you. Talk to each other.
Users aren't the only losers.
And welcome back to more GLVC action. Here we have the Screaming Eagles of Southern Indiana against our own IPFW Lady Dons. There we see some fans having a good time. IPFW took out to oh, there we see CBA, Fort Wayne Fury, the new CBA basketball team. They get started here pretty soon. I'm sure people want to go see that. IPFW Lady Dons winning the first 2 games handedly, but then losing the game number 3 here. And momentum just seems to switch, Christy. I think Coach Sheehan just needs to settle her girls down and come back and just play strong in game number 4.
And here's the last 3 game score. Like we said, IPFW 15-2, 15-12, and the last game, the Southern Indiana Eagles winning 15-7 as we begin game 4 here at IPFW in the Multi-Purpose Center. Number 4, Denise Rassa will begin this 4th game for USI, and hopefully IPFW is settled down and are ready to play.
And the tip doesn't go by Canal.
Rassa was there for USI. There's the quick tip by Jill. Once again, USI is on top of it.
Here they come again. Outside the Temple. She blasts it in the seam. Kill, Temple Swoverland.
And IPFW will get a quick side out here and hope we can get rolling with the points. If we give them no opportunity to play the ball, we should be all right. Jill Lyons back to serve for IPFW. 0-0, game 4.
And once again, number 9, Sherry Kaiser, the mainstay for the Screaming Eagles, blasting it through the middle of our block.
It looks like Bonnie has her thumb wrap there. She must have hurt when they were away.
I think she sprained it in practice a couple weeks ago, and just a little sore, nothing big, but just for precaution measures, she decided to wrap it. And there we see a kill by Temple Swoverland. Temple starting out with 2 kills to start game number 4. She's back to serve. See if Lady Don, big blocking lineup with Bonnie, as well as Winnie in the front row. So let's see if we can get a block.
Side out IPFW, serving for point 1 in game 4, but Temple couldn't get her hands on that one, and again it'll be trading side outs, USI. And we're gonna see that one more time, and that just went right off Temple's hands and way up in the crowd. Back to serve is number 9, Sherry Kaiser for USI. 0-0 here in game 4.
There once again, Bonnie Canal in the middle with the kill. Substitution for Lady Dons, number 3, Denise Scheinman from Monroeville, Indiana, coming in from 4. Bonnie Canal, used to be Bonnie Gill, played here at Fort Wayne Snyder. Bonnie just recently married, got to change her name. Her husband's in the military, just for inquisitive people.
Number 3, Scheinman serving.
And the roll, Joe Lyons there.
Over to Huber. USI there once again. And number 13?
I believe it was number 13, Leah Parsons with a kill, cross court.
Double substitution coming in for USI. Number 15, Angie Anderson, and number 10, Michelle Weesey.
Right now we're at a standstill here in game number 4, still 0-0. No one taking the initiative.
Number 10.
Nice dig that time by USI. Number 9, Kaiser. And there's the kill by by number 13, Jana Plummer in the middle.
Side out IPFW. Number 4, Wendy Vanderwilt will be back to serve as we still are tied up here, 0-0.
Good serve. Here comes a free ball. Ooh, how much for free ball on that one?
Wendy from the back row, and there's another kill.
Once again, Wendy Vanderwilt makes her 18th kill of this match. She's been unstoppable from that back row.
IPFW to put the first point on the board, 1-0. And there's a service error. So another side out for Southern Indiana. Number 12, Lisa Yaki back to serve. Julie Huber. Nice dig by Yaki.
Off the block, Scheinman plays it. And Jill Lyons spikes that on her own. That's the first offensive play we've seen for Jill in a while.
Jill, the shortest one on that line right now, but the position there was open and she took it. IPFW earns another side out. Substitution number 1, Joy Thayer. We haven't seen her yet this evening, is coming in for number 2, Julie Huber. Joy, a sophomore out of Coldwater, Michigan.
Nice. Oh, and a service ace for Joy off the bench. That's what coaches like to see, coming off the bench ready to play, and Joy Thayer gives IPFW a 2-0 lead in game number 4.
They are still serving.
Another good serve. And the block. And it goes down again for number 8, Shauna Keister.
Jana Plummer couldn't quite get back to hit that ball after that ran down the block. And number 7, Cindy Billings serving for USI. So they trail by 2. But this is game 4 in GLVC action.
Good block by Joe Lyon that time. And the overpass kill for number 9, Sherry Kaiser.
And here we're going to see that one more time.
Not quite on target that time, the set by number 3, Denise Scheinman.
Number 9 put it down. And Jana tried the same thing, but couldn't quite get the ball over the net. And we've got a tie ball game, 2-2. It's volleyball action. Number 7, Cindy Billings, serves long.
Side out to IPFW number substitution number 14, Bonnie Cannell.
Bonnie Cannell coming back into the game. Number 3, Denise Scheinman's out. Plummer back to serve for IPFW.
Nice serve by Plummer.
And that'll be an ace. IPFW takes the lead, 3-2. Jana serving. Another nice serve. And nice dig by Temple.
And another dig that time by number 7, Billings. And a missed hit by number 8, Shauna Kester. Point, IPFW.
IPFW leading 4-2. Fans are trying to get into it here. We're going to see it one more time, as number 8 couldn't get a hold of the ball there.
There's an overpass.
And they called Jill into the net on that one. And there'll be a side out to USI. We got 2 substitution. Number 4, Denise Rossa back in, and number 13, Leah Parsons. Number 4, Parsons will be back to serve. They trail by 2, game 4. IPFW leading 4-2. Parsons serves.
Nice pass by Thayer. And a nice tip that time by Jill Lyon. Number 4, Raza, seeing the tip, came to the middle of the court. Jill, being a smart setter, tipped it where she wasn't.
Side out IPFW. Jill back to serve. Over to Temple Swoverland. She runs into a block. IPFW with a misplay there. Be side out, USI.
Neither team playing really well right now, Christy. It's kind of just who can hold on here and get some momentum going.
Right now, you're right, Lloyd, the momentum isn't in anyone's favor, and there's a long serve, side out IPFW. A point here or there, but mostly side outs, and no one really playing very well right now in game number 4. Temple Swoverland serving for IPFW.
And the tip, Jana Plummer's there, outside to Thayer. And Thayer drills it down the line for a kill. That's Thayer's first kill of the evening. Joy Thursday again. Nice dig, sets outside by Lyon. Thayer busts it down the line for a kill.
Swoverland still serving. IPFW gains a point, 5-2.
Nice serve. And that time number 4, Raza trying to save it, but it goes outside the antenna. Point, IPFW.
Swoverland still serving.
Temple still swerving. Temple Swoverland still serving, not swerving. There was a nice serve.
By Temple. And the tip that time by number 4, Wendy Vanderwelt, goes down for a kill.
Nice play by Wendy. I believe USI thought that one was going to Bonnie, and that allowed that nice play. We have a timeout here as IPFW takes a commanding lead now in game number 4, 7-2. And that's something we needed to see.
Right now, I think Coach Sheehan telling her players they finally got some momentum going, leading by 5 here in game number 4. Right now, Wendy playing well, Bonnie playing well, Jill setting well. Just keep things going as they go.
Here's the schedule of our live sports telecasts in the coming weeks. Women's GLVC basketball, Wednesday, November 27th at 7 p.m. Wayne State University Tartars versus the IPFW Lady Dons. On Thursday, December 12th at 7 p.m., Tri-State College Lady Trojans versus IPFW Lady Dons. And a doubleheader, men's and women's GLVC basketball on Saturday, January 2nd at 6 p.m., St. Joseph College versus IPFW. And we hope you can join us for all of that action here on Channel 6.
There's a big block, top of the net, free ball for IPFW. Outside of Thayer, and she tips it. Nice play by Thayer. Only a sophomore, showing a very veteran move right there. Seeing the right side defensive player running towards the net. Joy tips it deep over her head for the kill.
IPFW 8-2. Temple still serving.
There's that momentum we talked about.
And off the cameraman's head.
Unfortunately for USI, they can't play that. So once again, Temple with another ace. Nice serving.
IPFW up by 7, 9-2. Temple Swoverland. Another nice serve.
Here comes a free ball. And it's blocked. It's blocked again. Lyon to set. Goes back to Vanderwelt. Another kill for Wendy Vanderwelt.
Wendy just being very effective, either from the front or the back line tonight. And she's got, how many kills does she have so far in this game?
Right now she has 3 in this game, and overall she has 21 kills for the match. Very impressive.
IPFW 10-2, and there goes Joy, and she hits the inside corner.
Joy Thayer once again, the sophomore coming off the bench and finding that left side corner. Here we see it again. Ball comes over. Nice player. Set outside by Lyon to Thayer. Deep corner. Good. It's a beautiful shot.
And maybe that's what IPFW needed, just someone new on the floor.
But they're all beautiful when they go in for a kill, Chrissy. There we see a shot off the block by number, I think it was number 8, Kester. She goes back to serve now.
IPFW trying to earn a side out, and they do.
Once again, Thayer on the kill, hitting that ball deep, catching USI players off guard.
We have a substitution here, number 3, Denise Scheinman, coming in for number 14, Bonnie Cannell. IPFW with a very commanding lead now, 11-2, game number 4, after winning game 1 and 2, and with a loss here in 3. And
8 consecutive points put on the board by the Lady Dons. Oh, nice hustle that time by Temple Swoverland. Couldn't quite get there.
Be a side out. No. Yeah, was that a side out?
Yeah, that was a side out.
That was a side out.
Here comes that double substitution. Number 10, Michelle Weezy, comes back in along with number 15, Angie Anderson.
Seen so many side outs tonight, I wondered if it was a side out or a point. Oh.
Jana Plummer.
Oh, they're going to call it in.
Right, it was good. Right back there in the corner. Nice shot.
Side out IPFW, number 4, Wendy Vanderwelt. She's been effective on her kills tonight. We'll see how she does on the serve.
There's a tough serve. Should be a free ball here for IPFW. Should be a point. Let's see if she goes to Wendy. Yep, on the D. And once again, Wendy with the kill from that back row D position. I tell you what, Jill Lyon doing a nice job of setting tonight, finding the hot players and give it to them, whether it's Joy Thayer, Jana Plummer, or Wendy Vanderwelt, which it has been for most of the evening.
You are correct.
There we see Wendy serving. And a lift call that time on number 9, Kaiser. Nice serve, caught Kaiser off guard, and a lift was called.
IPFW with another point, 13-2, closing in on game number 4 and the match.
There's a block by Plummer. Nice play by Temple Swoverland. Outside to Thayer. She rockets it in for the kill. Joy Thayer. That's her 4th kill of the game.
Joy's going to see it one more time. Goes over to Joy, and she rockets it down to that back line. She's been playing the corners very effectively this evening, and that's all we've seen her here in the last game. But she's been the player that we've needed to make the momentum swing toward the IPFW
Starting
Volleyball.
for the game, and the free ball. Here it comes. And that time, Wendy wasn't quite ready. Jill didn't know if she was ready or not. Set it high, but Wendy hits it in the net. Side out for USI. USI needs to get something going here. Number 12, Lisa Yaki circling. And that time the shot a little outside by Jana Plummer.
Jana tried there for a side out and didn't quite make it. IPFW still leading 14-3. Number 12, Lisa Yaki, still serving for USI.
There's a lollipop. Outside to Thayer. She tips. Nice play that time by USI. Go back to Anderson.
And that's long.
Off the block though. So that's a kill for Anderson and another point for USI.
USI, a couple quick points here. Trying to keep it rolling as they trail this game 14-4. Once again, they're in a must-win situation.
Nice dig that time by Yaki. Comes a free ball.
IPFW goes to the middle. Jana just didn't quite put it down, but she did there. The block wasn't ready. Jana just tips that over the net.
There's a nice shot by Jana, tipping it to the left where no one was. Once again, serving for the game, number 1, Joy Thayer. She came in, played well. Let's see if she can finish out the game.
Joy with a
Tough
nice serve.
And the shot off the block. And Jill Lyon turns and puts it down for the game-winning kill. There we have it, IPFW winning game number 4, 15-4. They won the first one 15-2, second one 15-12, lost 15-7, and came back commanding at 15-4. That makes IPFW Lady Dons 7-1 in the conference. That moves University of Southern Indiana down to 6-2, so they take a commanding lead and have first place all to themselves right now. But Ashland, I'm sure, is not far behind, as well as Bellarmine, who are also 6-1. I'm sure they're playing this weekend. And we're gonna take a short break right now. We'll be back with Christy Walker with the Dandy Don Player of the Game.
I've taught my kids just the way my mama taught me. She gave me a strong sense about what's right. She called it mother wit. Even as young as my kids are, they know their way around. And they're well aware I can draw the line if I have to. But with AIDS out there, I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper and talk a little longer about drugs, sex, and AIDS.
We can help you talk about AIDS. For a free guide, call 1-800-342-AIDS.
This job is now a piece of cake, Claire.
But Vince...
Yeah, I'll tell you something, partner. I just might stick around a few more years.
But Vince...
No more dashboard du jour or Vince under glass, huh?
But Vince...
Look out!
Even with airbags, Vince, you still got to remember to buckle your safety belt.
Now you tell me.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
I was going to take a job with an engineering firm in New York. I got a better offer. I'm building schools overseas with the Peace Corps. The pace is a little slower than New York, but here I'm getting grassroots experience I couldn't get anywhere else. The way I look at it, The world can wait 2 years for another 40-story smoked glass high-rise.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Everyone makes mistakes, Matthew. Don't pay any attention to the other children.
For this bright 6-year-old, the ABCs have never been as simple as ABC. Where do you go when you're different from the other kids? He got help at a Center for Learning Disabilities. They got help from the United Way. All because the United Way got help from you. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
And we're back as IPFW Lady Dons win against Southern Indiana in 4 games. Right now, down the floor, Christy Walker with our Danny Don Player of the Game, Wendy Vanderwilt.
Hi, welcome back, and this time, once again, joining me, we picked for our Dandy Don, Wendy Vanderwilt. And Wendy, this had to be an emotional night. This is one of your last 2 games for IPFW.
Yeah, very emotional. Got a little teary-eyed. I think everybody did. It's hard, the last home tournament of the volleyball career, so yeah.
It's got to be hard. I know your parents haven't made it here yet this evening, but you played like an obsessed player. Unofficially, we had you down for 21 kills this evening.
Yeah, well, I couldn't have done it with everybody else on the court and on the bench too, but yeah, my parents were always in the back of my mind, hoping they'd show up, but I kind of tried to stay focused on the game and play hard for them, so.
Okay, IPFW came out hard. They won the first game 15-2 and the second game 15-12. What happened in the third game?
I think we just got too relaxed. I mean, we played really well the first 2 games, and I think we were just kind of out of it. And we just went back, and the 4th game we decided this is it. You know, we got to play hard, and we did it. So.
Okay, well, congratulations, and good luck tomorrow. I know that's your last game, and I know that IPFW will play well.
Thanks.
And we're going to send it back up to Volleyball.
And there we have our Danny Don Player of the Game, unofficially with 21 kills, Wendy Vanderwilt here on Senior Recognition Night. And as we see IPFW winning 15-2, 15-12, 7-15, and 15-4. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight and hope you'll be back with us tomorrow as Lady Dons take on Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers. For Christy Walker, I'm Lloyd Ball. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.